What up, y'all? It's your boy Ian Letter, and we back with another Den of Owls exclusive. So the podcast theme today is episode 3. I'm here, as you know, your boy Ian Letter, and I'm co-hosting with my boy TJ.
What's up, world? How's it going?
So, Mr. TJ, do you want to go through the list of topics we have today?
Man. First one that really hurt my heart is the Jussie. He got caught lying.
Liars.
Got caught lying, man. Like, us black people had you back. Why? Second topic that I'm proud of is MAGTOW. Is it the right way or is it the wrong way?
Boy.
What are the two topics?
Okay, aside from MGTOW, we're going to be talking a little bit about food industry and food illnesses.
Yeah, okay.
And we're going to be talking about bringing friends first, does being friends first grant a better relationship, better understanding for your relationship.
All right, cool.
And then our last topic is, should you allow someone back into your life when they leave you?
I like that one.
But if I can interject.
Okay.
I'd just like to interject because we were talking about this topic last time.
Okay.
On episode 2.
Yeah.
We got breaking news, so we got to talk about that.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Kelly, Mr. R. Kelly, is being indicted for aggravated assault, abuse involving teen girls.
Is this facts or alleged?
No, right now he could be indicted. He could go to jail.
Robert, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, man. I gotta get more facts on that.
Okay, well, from the facts that I have right now is singer Robert Kelly is expected to make a court appearance in Illinois on Saturday after being charged with 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse. Kelly is the subject of decades of lewd rumors and aggravations involving women and underage girls, is apparently going down for grounds for a jury for the allegations. If he is found guilty,
wow,
he could be serving consecutive life sentences for each allegation, and he could serve them back to back. What are your thoughts on how it's going down for Mr. Kelly's now?
They got Bill Cosby, so I'm not shocked they might get R. Kelly too, but that's still wild.
And it's wild to me, the fact that they're like, he got off for allegations from before for the videotaping of like peeing on a girl. He got off for that because there was no real evidence, or they could say that it was actually him.
Yeah,
it was allegedly him on the video, but all black people know it was him.
Yeah.
And even though he wants to say, nah, we all know it was him.
Yeah.
So it's just surprising to me that now they're bringing up this whole thing and saying that, he's going to get charged for, this whole thing surviving R. Kelly. And, they're saying that, he's a horrible person. It's like, but we've known this for years.
Yeah.
And now that these people have come forward, now they're going to send him to jail.
Because he's not making money for them. Like, he's not their cash cow, so they don't care. Like, I think that's happened with Bill Cosby too, because he has a good catalog. Like, the rerun money had to been blessed. Mm-hmm. And I guess the money wasn't accumulating properly anymore. So they're like, yo, let's just off him. Just say that he did all this with all these women and call it a day. But with Bill Cosby now, they're saying that all the evidence towards him is all not true. So he could be coming out and redoing the whole trial again, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because this is all allegations and he said, she said for like 30 years plus. Mm-hmm. So nowadays they're saying that the stories don't match up to what they're saying and the timelines don't match. So he could be coming out and being cleared of all charges, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and from what I heard also with the whole Bill Cosby thing, it started up because he was trying to buy a network.
Ah,
Like the man had money and he wanted to buy a network
mm-hmm.
so that he could, put more promote like put have more say in what's going on in the
In the black
programming.
community.
Yeah, in the black community and the black programming.
Yeah.
And then after he tried to go and buy the network and they were like trying to stop him from doing that, then all of a sudden these allegations come out.
Which is sad because he's trying to empower black people and they want to shut him down. So
Yeah.
what's the best way to get a black person? Saying that he raped a bunch of white women. Which is facts, man.
Yeah, but I just wanted to basically put that out there. The whole R. Kelly thing. We do talk about other, like, we have our main topics that we talk about. But if something's really breaking going on in the news right now, it's also good to just bring it up and just say our points and say our viewpoints on it. So let's go on to the first topic of
Yeah.
the day. So the first topic that we have today is MGTOW. Is it the right road or is it a high road or low road? Is it the right way to go?
I think it's the right way to go for certain men.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the right road for me personally because I'm not trying to sound like salty or hurt or bitter or had the violence play behind me. I've been, I want to say 0 for 22. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Like, all my exes, I have no regrets. I thank you for making me the person that I am today. It's all love. Like, it really is all love. That being said, I feel like the dating game is just pointless. Like, I'm not gonna just sit down and go through swiping left or swiping right. I prefer talking to women on a face-to-face, especially on a TTC or doing groceries. Not the other groceries, but groceries. You know what I'm saying? And it's just more natural than on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have Tinder? Yeah, but I don't use it for hooking up or find commitment or the one. I use Tinder for my boys. My boys are too shy to talk to girls, or they have cases, so they don't want their face to be out there. So I don't mind using my Tinder as a catfish for them to get played. When I use it, it's to network my brands. Like, if I see a girl that has like nice, beautiful hair, I'll talk to them like, yo, like, I make my own my own hair oils and body products. Would you mind, sampling stuff out? I don't use it for like sexual game. I use it for personal game. I use Tinder for networking. All these girls are thirsty. No shot or no jab. All guys are thirsty. But I'm gonna use it to build my brand.
Yeah.
So back to the topic with MGTOW. To me, I think it's the right way to go because, like I said, I'm 0 for 23, and all my boys are either 5 girlfriends in and they're already getting married and kids, or 2 girlfriends in, living their best life with their best friend, and I'm just here 0 and 23. I'm not trying to say it's the women I date. I dated like lawyers, doctors, even police officers, like high educated, low educated. I don't think I'm the problem because to this day I still have exes calling me like, hey, look, I know we dated years ago, whatever, but the lessons that you taught me, I still implement to this day. Thank you for showing me these skills, this, and that, and third. Or others would be like, yo, let's chill. I haven't talked to you in a while. What's up? One of my exes, I still talk to and she's like married and whatever. But me and her are like close, like we're like good friends. Even when I see her husband at parties, whatever, like we still kick it. Like there's no bad blood, which I like. But at the same time, it's like that could have been me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But something that happened. Maybe because I had certain exes, they live not a quiet life, but their job is important, so they can't get caught up in my scene. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get that. Some assume that they're gonna have baby mama drama. I get that. Some didn't want to have me around, I guess, because of my image. You know, like I'm scruffy looking at times. You know what I'm saying? I have piercings, I have spacers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it doesn't look professional. And my dreads doesn't look professional. So I get that. But am I gonna take my piercings out, cut my dreads for a woman? Hell no.
Nah.
Because this is me. So
You never change up yourself for somebody else.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why I have that look. Like on paper, I have everything. I'm funny, adventurous, spontaneous. I care. I have a lot of skills, a lot of talents. I don't know why I always fail. I don't know why. So I think MGTOW for me, going red pill, will not only humble me, but I guess level me up until I want to go back to being purple pill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid of being alone. Like a lot of guys and girls, especially females, are afraid of being alone. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I was born alone. I'll probably die alone. You know what I'm saying? So me being alone, not having a ride or die or whatever, it doesn't affect me. Like it really doesn't, because I know what my high value is and my worth, and I evaluate my time and my patience. If somebody can't see that, it's their loss.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So for me personally, I think MGTOW is the high route and the right way to go if you don't really see success in your relationship life. Dating life, that's fine because you're just dating them. You're not being fully one-on-one committed to them.
Yeah.
So like dating wise, go ahead. You could just wine and dine and hook up and go home. But if you're looking for like a relationship or your relationships have failed, I think going MGTOW is the perfect way to go.
Right. Well, my viewpoint on it is like, well, just to give for our listeners a general understanding, because some people don't know what MGTOW is. So the MGTOW is an abbreviation. It means men going their own way. So it's basically a group of men or a group of individuals came up with the idea of MGTOW, just in a sense of, there's a lot of good things towards for women in regards to relationships and marriage, but there are so many drawbacks for guys.
100%.
Meaning that if they get get a divorce, then they get the house, the car, the kids, and the guys end up paying alimony and paying child support out the wazoo, and all the benefits are always in the woman's favor. So a bunch of people just said, "Yo, you know what? Screw this. I'm not even gonna bother with any of that, because what's the point for me to build my success, build myself up to you have your car, you bought a house, you have all this success for yourself, and then somebody else comes into your life and then is able to take all of that from you,
take your soul."
Yeah. So what's the point? So MGTOW, the red pill, is basically saying that, we can live our life and enjoy our life. We don't need someone else around.
Validation.
Yeah, for someone else's validation for ourselves. Yes, do you still want, you still want to date, chill with other people? Of course. But it's like, no, I don't need to, you don't need to be here.
Indulge.
Yeah. It's like a great comedian, Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, dog. Yeah, man, rest in peace. But Patrice O'Neal had great understanding of the whole fact of MGTOW. Could basically saying look, he's saying what, his basic thing about having a person in your life It's like, look, I want you in my life, but I don't really need you right here. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's great to have you, but I don't want you here right now.
Yeah.
You can be in the cellar. You can be in the cellar, in the house, in the area, but you don't need to be right beside me at this point in time.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, like my feelings on it is like, yeah, I totally understand. I totally get it. Because, I've been through the whole situation of like dating and things don't working out and whatever, and just like wondering like what the hell. Mm-hmm. And so like I started to really look at it as like the same way you did. Like I have all these things to offer, and why do I keep striking out? Why do I keep like failing in a relationship? And I say, yo, screw this. I'm going to MGTOW. And I'm on the same tip. I'm on the same tip as you with the whole thing about MGTOW, in the sense of I can do well for me. Mm-hmm. I'm good by myself. I don't need somebody. Would I like somebody? Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? I would love to have somebody in my life that I can share all those things with.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna make that the end all, the be all of my life. Mm-hmm. Like I've told people now on a regular basis, it's like, look, do I want to have kids? Yeah, it'd be nice, but I'm not like on board. I'm not like running to do that.
Yeah.
Do I want to get married? Sure, but I'm not running to do that either. It's not my end goal for life. And it's like with my age, I will disclose my age. I'm 37. With my age, everybody assumes that I should be at that point where I'm running to do that. I was. There was I had an end goal that I said at 35 I wanted to have somebody in my life that I could either be married to or potentially be married, like see them to get married. When I hit 35 and it didn't happen, I was like, all right. I hit 36 and I was like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then when I hit 37, I just said, yo, screw it, man. Like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm like, I hit my goal and it didn't happen at that time, and I just said, you know what? Some people it just doesn't happen for, and it's either you can be butthurt about it, or you can say, you know what? I'm okay. I'm good. So now I'm at that point where I'm good. Is there somebody that I would like to be with? Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what? If it ends up for me that I'm 40 and I'm still single, fuck it. I'm 40 and I'm single. Yeah. The beautiful thing for myself is what I realize is that there is a lot of things that I couldn't do if I was in a serious committed relationship where it's like marriage and kids. There are things that I couldn't do.
Say no more soca fets.
Yeah, I couldn't go to soca fets. Oh, for all of those people, we were at what was it? Decal. We were at Decal.
And
Soca or Die. And guess what? Your boys are gonna be at Return Fete.
Return Fete.
So if you want to catch us, we have Return Fete. Come and get our wine. But
Facts.
there's things that I couldn't do if I was with a kid or if I was married. The things I couldn't do, and there's certain things I want to get done before that even enters in the frame of my mind. So right now I'm just like, hey, I can pick up and go on a vacation if I want to. I can leave Canada and go to like Mexico if I wanted to go and work, because I have nothing tying me down. So why not?
I hear that. But I know, like, if you have like a partner, either male or female, and you have a job offering, let's say in Vancouver and whatever, and if your partner is not willing to ride with you, I don't know. Like, is that a deal breaker?
I don't like. It all depends on how long you've been together. Okay. Because if you're just meeting somebody and you've just been together for like a year, and like they have their self set up and stable in their career, and then you have an opportunity to go do something else, like a major career opportunity happens for you. Yeah. Right. It's a good idea to sit down and talk with your partner and say, hey, this is what's going on, blah blah blah. So I'm thinking about doing this. How do you feel? Do you want to roll with me? Right? Somebody who's in marriage and somebody who's like committed to you like that would think, hey, yeah, we should do, like, this is good for you. We should do this. We should up and roll. Yeah. But if you're just in a relationship where you've just been together for like a short while, then, you might want to just say like, okay, you know what? Let's just cut this now. because you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, so let's go our separate ways. And if whatever happens down the line, we'll see what happens down the line.
Okay.
Well, how would you think about it? How would you see that?
If it's a long distance relationship, it could work. Depends, like you said, if it's if you guys been together for a short period of time or a long period of time. If it's a long period of time, I want to go to a story, but I don't know. I feel like I'm about to expose somebody. There was a certain time in my life when sports was everything. Like scholarships were coming my way, but at that time I was a new dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a father at 21. You know what I'm saying? Or 20. Sorry, 20. And it's like I want to go run. Track is my life. At that time, track was my life. I'm getting all these offers and deals, but I can't leave my baby moms and my unborn son while I do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I came to her. I'm like, yo, like, if I take this, would you come with me or whatever, right? And she's like, no, because it'll just be me, you, and the baby in some place that we have no family and friends. I get that. So I had to, like, bite my pride, I guess. And I'm like, you know what? I guess a family is more important than my dreams. And that kind of backfired later on in my life. And I don't say I regret my choice of just go running, but I think I should have had a stronger person to understand me and wants to build this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because there would have been a lot of opportunities there for work. The cost of living is much cheaper than Toronto. Like, stupid.
And also, even if you went on if you had somebody who was like, look, I don't want to go, but I think it's a good opportunity for you, and it's a good opportunity for us. You should go set up something, set up yourself, so at least that if, progress that she wanted to come down, that, things were already set and ready to go.
Yeah, I get that, but not a lot of females are like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a jab or a shot, but a lot of females don't really want to build. They want something that's already built, and they just walk through the door.
Yeah.
The ones that really want to build, they're hard to find, or they already been stabbed up by weak men to the point they don't want to deal with dating or having relationships with good men. At the end of the day, man, good men, they're out there. But it's just females having a hard time to see them when these guys in disguise. It's that simple. They're like Transformers.
Yeah.
They're like Transformers.
Decepticons are Autobots.
Decepticons. The good guys, we're Autobots out there.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like, I see all the time, like, the girl always passes the good man.
What do you think that is?
Because, like we said earlier, it's not a challenge, or he thinks that he's an actor or whatever. They want somebody that they have turmoil with. Like, I don't get it. A good guy's not gonna have a turmoil with you. He's gonna be like, okay, bye, whatever. Or talk to me when you cool down.
Yeah.
Another good guy would be like, here, you know what? I don't like the way that you talk to me or whatever. Let's talk to each other like adults.
Exactly.
But some girls be like, F you, like, no, like, you need to argue with me, or I'm not finished. Like, no, but I'm done though. I want to walk away. And once you walk away, it's a bigger problem. Good guys, they want to care, they want to build, they want to be the man, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to do everything full circle for you. I'm not saying cater for you, but they want to make sure that you're comfortable and you're willing to build with them. A lot of girls get turned off. Like, they're like, building, Future. I just want to go to Luxie's or Sugar Daddy's, you know, like, or I just want to do a staycation. Talking about the future is kind of scary. Or you love me that much, you know what I'm saying? Like they feel like it's too reachable.
Doesn't that also boil down to like their maturity level?
That too. I'm not gonna say, yeah.
Because like, there's a lot of women out there. There's a lot of women out there right now.
Yeah.
Who actually want, to have that long-term relationship, something that they can go into in the future.
Yeah.
Because we want females to understand. It's like we're not bashing.
No.
We're just stating facts of what we've seen out there.
Yeah.
Right. And there are and like I can say for myself, like there's a lot of women that are like my age and older that are actually out there actively looking for that long-term,
looking for their best friend,
right? They're looking for that best friend or whatever. But then you have some girls. There's two kinds of girls. You have those ones that say that they want it, and then when they get presented it, they don't know what the fuck to do with it. Yeah, because they've never had it given to them.
It's scary,
right? So they're always getting that. They're always getting that guy that they want to build something with, and then that guy's like, nah, I ain't looking for it. Yeah. But then when they find that guy that says, yo, I got this, and this is what I'm willing to offer you to like build something, and then they're like, oh my god, I didn't know I was gonna get all this, and they get hot flashes. Man. Yeah, they get all freaked out, and then it's like, oh, they're looking for a fight to like end the relationship. And then they come back to you later on to say, oh, I'm sorry.
When she done get ran through with Tyrone.
Yeah. They come back and say, I'm sorry. And then you have the girls that you're talking about who, when the guys present it, you're like, nah, I'm not looking for none of that. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to let's turn up, have fun, and let's go and just do stuff. But I ain't looking for nothing long term. Yeah. But the sad thing about those girls is that they keep doing that kind of stuff, and then later on when they
on the decline,
I started to say when they get all dried up and ain't nobody want to turn up with them anymore.
Say decline, man.
They get butthurt when now they're looking for that relationship, and those same guys that were willing to offer it, like either in relationships now, or they're like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. You a turn up girl. Yeah. You ain't something to be settling down with.
You had me in my prime. Yeah. I don't want you in your decline.
Yeah. It's like I ain't running with that no more.
Which is sad. That's why I say stay red pill until you find your unicorn. Mm-hmm. But once you find a unicorn, make sure she is a real unicorn. It's not somebody in disguise. Because you don't want to waste all that time and effort on something that's going to blow up in your face in the next 4 months.
That was a jab.
That's not a jab, man. I don't do no jabs.
It's just facts.
It's just facts. What's the next topic?
So going on top of that, continuing with that is like when you now have that person, you've now meet that person that you think could be that potential person.
Unicorn?
Yeah. Is being friends first better for your relationship?
You could develop the friendship and the physical while you date before you do the full commitment. I think that's the proper way to go. What I mean by being friends, like you interview them, like, hey, what's your favorite hobby, or what's your favorite foods? You ask questions. You try to get to know the person inside. Like, how's your family? How's your relationship with your mom and dad? Did you grow up with your mom and dad? How's your relationship with your siblings? You need to know all these stuff, because you don't want to ask these questions later down the line and you find out she wasn't raised with her dad. She raised with her mom's. So she doesn't know how to deal with men or have a father figure in her life. That's something important to know about, especially with females. Because a lot of females want to be a boss, not jabbing. But when they don't have a male role model in their house, they don't know how to respond to males. They think by responding to them is physical, but it's not. It's mostly mentally. They gotta know how to communicate with men. Without that father figure growing up in your life, you're not gonna have that connection. It's gonna be harder for you. Same thing with guys. If they weren't born with a mother in their life, they're gonna treat women with no respect. Shit on them, abuse them, and all that, because they don't know and they don't have that connection with a woman. So you gotta know these questions. What are you allergic to? What's your pet peeves? What turns you on and off? Not physical, not like sexually, but like mentally and day to day. You know, you gotta know these things before you get into the physical. So building that friendship while dating, yeah, it'll make you guys go for a long time. Cause I know people around me. That's what they did. It's either they were friends for many of years and then they decided to date, or they always wanted to date each other but they always had a partner. So when they got out of the relationship, they started talking again, but they always been talking but on a friend tip, but now they're talking on like a dating tip and whatever, and they enjoy each other's company. I don't see the problem in that. When it comes to a relationship and to the next level of marriage, you have to be with somebody that you want to see every day.
Yeah.
If it's a friend, like, it has to be a commitment with your best friend.
True.
You can see there's a lot of people that see their best friends once a week, once a month, probably 5 times a year, and there's some that sees their best friend every day. And they're not in a committed relationship. They're just best friends. You want that bond with your partner. You want to wake up every morning and say like, "Yo, damn, that's my best friend. All right, I'm gonna see you after work." Mwah. And call it a day. If you want to be with somebody that you see them once a week and whatever, just like, I value our bond and all this stuff, but I need you more. And if that person's not willing to see you more or put in more into this, they're not your best friend. Your relationship, either it's a friendship or full commitment, is going to go down the drain. And you're just going to sit back and watch the show. And you see me like, yo, what went wrong? What went wrong was you didn't build a proper foundation of friendship. You built the other 3 walls, you know, communication or physical attraction. You built that, but you forgot the main pillar, friendship. So you need that to build a proper relationship, whether it's a friend or a full commitment.
That's true, because like when it comes to really having a relationship, if you don't know you don't really know your partner, you don't really have any insight about your partner, then it doesn't really work. Like, one of the things for me is like, I find that anytime that I meet or find somebody that I'm really interested in or attracted to, I start asking questions. And I don't ask like I'll ask the typical questions, like, you know, what's your favorite color? What do you like to do for fun? Blah, blah, blah. But then you gotta really get in it. If you're really gonna be serious about it, you get in it. And you start asking like the poignant questions, the more valid questions, like, you know, what are your, like how you said, what are your turn-offs and turn-ons? Not physically, but as, you know, just as a person. What are you looking for down the line? Are you looking to build something serious? Or one of the main questions I love to ask is like, if you're in a relationship, what do you offer in a relationship? Because
that resume.
Yeah, what are your criteria? What are your qualifications to be, you know, a good partner? And everybody likes to say like, oh, I offer love and, you know, commitment, and I offer, you know, my all and all. I'm like, yeah, that's great. No, what are you really coming with? Like, what are you really offering? It's like, I offer stability. I offer compassion. I offer understanding that if there's something's going on, I'm willing to sit down and work it out with you. I
Yeah.
don't want to fight. I want to have a discussion. And if it's something that's going to turn into a fight, let me walk away, think about it, and come back and have an actual discussion.
That's the main key. If your partner's not willing to work it out, it's not a good. It's not a good sign.
Yeah, I hate aspects of when people are in relationships and it's like they see that things aren't working out their way. When
Yeah.
it's not working in their favor, but not realizing that it's no longer you. It's a we.
Yeah.
We're partners. So we're supposed to be trying to work things out for both of us. So as soon as they see that things aren't working out in their favor, I'm calling it quits. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm walking away. I'm like, how can you just if we said that we were going to get married, outside of everything, if we got married
Or moving together.
yeah, or moving together, and then you get pissed off about something and you just say, yo, I'm out. What? How does that work? We're supposed to be partners, and you're not, especially when you have a lot of people that aren't telling people why they're upset.
Yeah.
They're just keeping it to themselves and then finally just blowing up. I'm like, nah, you gotta talk.
That's the downfall of being a man. We're willing to sit down through thick and thin, abuse, physical and verbally, and still want to build. But females, on the other hand, one little slight drop, they're gone. They're gone. They don't want to fix it. They don't want to be around.
And it's not always that they see something. It's that they might think there's something, and
That
then
too.
it's a wrap.
Yeah, assumption is the enemy of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really is. You could be, like I said, there's 365 days in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say 2 days out of the year you're not in your right state of mind. It could be because you're stressed out at work, or something happened, like a family member or friend passing away, and you're in your feelings, and they see you being that weak, whatever. Like, yo, this isn't another guy from the past other days. Who's this guy? I'm not certain about this person. You know what? I gotta go. I just gotta go. I love you, but I gotta go. But if it's the other way around, us guys, we're willing to put in the hard labor. We're willing to dig in, find the root of the problem, and fix it. Doesn't matter if we are the problems or we do something that irritates you. We will try our best to stop that thing that irritates you, because we want to work with you.
And what you're talking about is like the good guys, not
Come
the
on, guys.
assholes.
Yeah. Assholes were just like, well, okay, I'll just go to Becky on my phone and ciao, and call it a day. But the crazy thing is that asshole, by him doing that, she is more thirsty for him. She's gonna be like, what? Really? No, come back. And then he's just straight ignore her or whatever, not give her no attention, and she's gonna crave that attention from the asshole. Be like, yo, why you stop talking to me? Come on, please talk to me. Come on, please. For that asshole. But she'll never do that. She'll never do that to the good guy, which I find crazy. But I guess it's like the mindset of not having what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have what you want.
Yeah.
So.
Does that kind of work in the sense of like with the two of us, like, because I can say for both of us, we're the good guys.
Yeah.
With assholish tendencies. Right? So,
I can say that, yeah.
So, because maybe that's the reason why, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that's the reason why that we have a problem when it comes to like with relationships, because
passive aggressive.
Yeah, because we fall on both sides of the spectrum, so
Yeah.
we're right in the middle. So we haven't chosen one side or the other. Right? So it's like so women will come and see us and it's like, oh yeah, you have all the things that I want and all the things that we have to offer. But because we don't fall on the, all right, yo, I don't want to deal with your shit side when we're in a relationship, and we don't fall completely on the, oh, I'm gonna do everything to make sure that you're happy, blah 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 side at the same time.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know how to deal with you, so I'm out.
I think my downfall, and I learned about this last year at the end to the start of this year, that I'm passive aggressive. To this time, I didn't know what that was. Like, I thought I'm just being funny and cracking jokes. Like, you know, I think that's my downfall too. Is I'm not too serious all the time. I'm too laid back, as you can tell in my voice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really, yeah. So I learned the hard way that I've been passive aggressive, which I didn't know I was. So now I'm learning on that trait, so I'm not being passive aggressive. I think that is one of my downfalls. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Because I see that you are very assertive.
Yeah.
You are very assertive, but when it's like situations where it's like it's nothing really serious, it's like nah, whatever.
Yeah, because people don't approach me. Like I said, I think it's my luck. Like, people don't approach me, but I'm approachable, or I have the quote unquote resting bitch face or whatever. But I'm approachable. But I think people just get scared, like, yo, I think this guy is like a killer, or you know, or like
going there,
or like he's hard headed, or he has no ambitions and all that stuff. Like, he looks too rough sometimes. So, ladies, I'm rough sometimes. Like, I do shave up and I do get my hair done properly. There's sometimes I just want to be a bum. Like, it's like it's nothing wrong to being a bum. There's nothing wrong with that. No, like today I didn't shave. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
If we had video, you'd see this.
Oh man, no, you'll see it if you check the Den of Owls page. It'll be on our story tonight.
Okay, all right. But yeah, you know, I feel that, you know, it is a good thing to try and work out being friends first.
Yeah.
I don't think I really went into myself, but I was like, I think it is a good idea to be friends, to start off as friends before you get in a relationship, because you do get a better bond when you do get into the relationship.
Yeah.
Everything makes more sense when you do get into a relationship, and because you actually know that person, you know the ins and outs of that person. It makes the relationship work that much better. That you know what things will piss them off, or you know what things make them happy.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not saying that you should define your happiness in somebody else, because that is complete and utter bullshit. You should already have your own happiness. But that person should understand when they see that you're upset, or when they, you know, get a text message and they can tell in the tone of what you're saying. They can say, okay, you know what, I know you're a little upset right now, so I'm gonna, you know, give you your space, and we'll deal with it when you have time.
Even that too. 2019, I'm not doing no more texting, because I think me and texting stuff gets misinterpreted, and it makes the damage worse. So 2019, my goal is to only set up plans or dates, small talk like how's your day, and this, that, and third, or when can I call you. Also, to build like a little rapport, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a little rapport through text, or like a little tease. Yeah,
and also I'd say for people, when you're reading, like, also just because of what you said, when you're reading text, don't read text in your feelings.
Yeah, that too. You'll rip out your hair, man.
Yeah, never read a text message in your feelings. So that's a problem with, like I said, with technology. With text messaging started hurting relationships, because people are reading stuff in their feelings. So if you're in a bad mood and somebody sends you a text message, you read it in your pissed off mood, automatically you're going to think that the person is like attacking or saying something rude.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't read in your feelings.
Can't. Feelings are going to get you hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get you hurt.
All right, we're going to go on to the next topic now. So, what's his name?
Jussie Smollett.
Jussie Smollett? What the hell's wrong with this boy?
From Empire, or Jussie Lyons, I call him.
Yeah, the liar of all liars. How do you, like, we were behind you. We heard this, and I was actually like, okay, you know what? If this happened to this boy, Yeah, this guy got trumped. This guy got seriously trumped. But now it turns out that it was all a lie. It was a total fabrication. And this man could be charged with some federal charges.
Good. Like, we were about to ride for him. Like, the black community was ready to go march, do all that stuff for him. And especially, like, with the Trump movement, it made us look like, see, finally we found somebody in the Trump camp doing bad stuff to black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finally had proof. It's one of our black actors. He's known on Empire, and they got him. Why would he lie about this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't suit no purpose for him. He's on TV. He's well known. His name is there, and they attacked him because once he is black, and he's gay. So that's two communities riding for you against a Trump supporter, and then you got the lie.
Yeah, and the worst part is the audacity that the man had. Like, he actually went into full details and saying that these guys were wearing MAGA hats when they attacked it, and put a noose around his neck.
The noose part had me like, oh man, like, it's game over for Trump. It's game over for Trump. But then when you listen to the whole story, there's some like plot holes, and it sounds far-fetched. Like, he didn't call the police. The first person he called was his manager. And then when he called the police and the police came, he still had the noose around his neck. And it's like
to me, when I heard that, I'm like, what black man would stay there for like what, almost a half an hour or so?
Yeah.
And leave a noose around your neck for what? So that the police can take pictures of the noose around your neck? Like, why would you do that?
Idiot thing.
Now it's being found. Now it's being put out there that it was actually a whole setup. It was his people that, staged the whole thing, because like, they were saying the police was looking for evidence, like video evidence. There was CCTV filming cameras in the area where he said it happened.
Yeah.
And there was no video of any of these allegations happening.
No, it's just two brothers.
So now it's found out that these guys were actually
paid.
Paid to do this. And now our boy, not our boy, but this jackass, is now he could be charged with federal indictments because a hate crime is a federal offense.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So these boys were going to be brought down. And then the worst part is that they were being brought down. He said that there was two white guys that did this to him. No. It's two black guys that were part of the whole staging. And once they got caught up, they're like, no, we're not going down for this.
They shouldn't.
Like, this boy set this whole thing up.
Yeah.
He did it because he wanted more money on Empire.
Yeah.
That he deserved more money. And now, dude, you're throwing away your career. You've been fired from Empire.
You got killed off.
Your character got killed off. So you're the whole thing that you were trying to do for yourself is now ruined. And especially like you're putting this out there because you're gay and that you're black. Like, don't use the gay community to try and better yourself, to big up yourself. Man. Like, that is I'm sorry, I'm gonna swear right now. That is fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
You don't do that shit. Like, I've worked in the gay community for 5-6 years. And I've seen the struggles that a lot of people have had to go through. Right?
Of course.
And you're gonna go and try and use that as a platform to go and say that, oh, these guys did this because it's a hate crime because I'm black and I'm gay. Nah, man, that's atrocious. And honestly, if this man goes to federal prison, he deserves everything he gets. He deserves everything he gets.
I don't want to even say drop the soap, man.
I would just, you know what? It's worse. It's horrible to say.
But speaking like the struggles that the gay community has to deal with every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy because today on the subway, I can't even lie. Like, this guy, he was like a cross dresser, I believe. He had like designer everything, his nails done, his eyebrows done, his hair done, makeup done. And girls were hating on this guy. Like girls were hating on this guy. Like, yo, what the F are you doing? Da da da. And in my mind, I was like, you should be like empowering this guy. Like,
he's living his best
he's
life.
living his best life, and he's looking better than you girls. Like, like literally, like he had the shades on, like sat down proper. Like he knew he was the shit. And then these girls were hating on him. Like, literally, got up, walked to another place, took pictures of him or whatever. But this guy, like, he had his makeup on point. He had like some like red red long nails. Like he was on point, and like some guys were like confused. They thought it was a girl too. I was, in my mind, I was like, I seen the first one. I was like, yeah, that's a guy, but his outfit's on point. I'll give him that. So in my mind, I was like, if that's the case, if I'm seeing that and I'm acknowledging him, yo, like his outfit's on point, he's doing his thing. These girls should be like praising, like, oh my god, like, you know, whatever. But no, it was the other way around. They were like bashing him, like, see, you're disgusting and all this stuff. I was like, is that really necessary?
You know what? At the end of the day, people are like, people are always gonna hate.
Yeah.
People are always gonna hate. You know what? If he, she, whatever, like, I don't wanna, you know, gender stereotype because there's too many out there right now, and I really don't want to offend anybody. But whatever, like, if you know what, I put it like this: if he's dressing as a female, then I call her she. Yeah. If she wants to do, like, the problem is that these females have a problem with her because she looked better than them. Yeah. She was able to do, like how you said, she had the nails done, outfit on point, blah blah blah, and the fact that the attention that she was getting wasn't negative. Yeah. From people that were looking at her on the bus or on the subway, nobody was giving her negative attention. Yeah. And so they saw that and they're like, oh, hell no. No. We are naturally female. Yeah. And we're not getting that kind of attention towards us. No, we're going to knock that person. Like, instead of empowering yourself, why do you feel like you need to knock somebody down to make yourself feel better?
Just stupid.
It's retarded and it's unnecessary. But some people don't know how to just see something that you may not like and just leave it alone. Yeah. Just leave it be. You might see it and be like, but you know what? Keep it moving. It's you living your life, they're living their life. But these girls got to be that kind of person that says that, hey, well, you look like, how dare you? How dare you go like this? What? How dare I, look on point? Yeah. How dare I afford the clothes I'm wearing? Yeah. How dare I afford the nails that I have? It's like, it's not my fault that you don't know what to do with your money. Yeah. You can't get your life the way that my life is, but hey, hate on me all you want.
The crazy thing, too, this guy had, like, the high heel boots, too. I was like, this guy's stunting. Like, like, I can't even knock him. Like, he was stunting. Like, he was stunting. If I see you again, yo, I applaud, man. Like, kudos, you were stunting on the TDC today on these females.
All right. So, we're going to be talking about food industry and food illnesses. Okay. So, my friend. Yeah. Hit us up.
Food. I really think there is a lot of diseases coming out in the food industry, causing people to get cancer, liver disease, and even Alzheimer's, especially in canned foods. Cancer rate nowadays is alarmingly high, and it all stems from food. I believe that food is being processed way too fast, especially livestock, chickens. I think that we're at a climate where us humans, we are producing too fast, to the point that we can't afford or maintain us. So farmers and other main producers have to produce their food rapidly and not safe and sanitary for us to eat. I've seen a lot of documentaries, and I even been to a few plants where like I see them cutting out pus or sucking out pus out of cows and stuff, and then shipping it to your local grocery store. That's why I don't eat pork, so that was that was good. I stopped eating beef. The chicken I eat once in a while. I mostly eat fish and whole grains and veggies. It's more healthy, but is it healthier? Not really. But compared to beef and chicken, yeah, there's a lot of cross contamination as well when it comes to our food being processed that a lot of people don't know about. I see it almost every day, and I talk to people about it every day. I know people that been healthy all day around, or even been vegans from day one since birth, and as soon as they had meat, they had an illness, which is scary because what's that say with people that been eating meat since they were babies? You know what I'm saying? And what we put in our bodies, it corrupts our next generation from our kids, or even our DNA structure. It gets ruined by foods, radiation, what we eat, exercise, and what chemicals, aka like body deodorant or Axe, whatever, we put onto our bodies. Our DNA is always getting scrambled every day, but it's getting more discombobulated. I love that word. By food. And I think schools should be giving us knowledge about food.
Yeah.
But I think it's a touchy subject because food is life.
Yeah.
And if you really know what goes on with your food, a lot of us will start being vegans. But even the certain vegan farms, how they process their food is not healthy as well. For example, let's just say a vegan farm has like radishes and all that stuff. They can't put pesticide and all that stuff. They literally have to shoot down the rodents in their fields. Yeah, it's still not humane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to kill something at the end of the day. As for livestock, we're still killing it and we're still cooking it. Vegans, they still have to kill I'll call it prey onto their farms so that their livestock of fresh veggies and fruits isn't being contaminated or eaten. There's at one point there's going to be a killing in each way you look at it. Either if you're going vegan or not vegan, something has to die for you to get your food.
Wow. I didn't even know that. I didn't even realize that. And I did understand about the whole thing about the pesticides.
Yeah.
In the vegan plants and whatnot. Like the farmers, they don't use the pesticides out there. And I didn't even realize that that's how they had to get rid of birds and rats and
just shoot them down.
Jeez. And that's also the reason why it's like, you know, with like the growth hormones.
Yeah.
And the growth hormones that they're using in like cows and whatnot. It's like, or in chickens.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get like a chicken who's like normal size is like, you know, a small size.
Yeah.
But then you have like, you're getting food from like Popeyes. And, sorry, I gotta blast Popeyes right now. But you're getting like a breast meat from Popeyes. And it's huge breast plate. Like,
well, a lot of people don't realize, especially with chickens, a lot of grocery stores will pump it with water so it looks plump. And once you cook it, it just shrivels into something that, like, what the hell is this? Like, I didn't buy this. Some people even inject like fluids into it so it lasts longer or preserves longer on the shelves at the grocery store. There's a lot of thin tape when it comes to our food. I don't want to blast anybody, but I know this certain documentary that they're not really selling salt cod. It's snake. Yeah, because when you dissect a snake, a big snake, it has the same anatomy as a cod. You just gotta scale it properly in the same shape, and it looks like cod.
Holy crap.
And they're selling it as cod, but it really is snake. It's same texture, same everything. It's just the cooking time is different from regular cod. It'll start to shrivel up real fast than
Okay.
actual fish.
Okay.
So a lot of people that don't really cook cod really won't really see the difference.
Yeah.
As for pork, I don't eat it, so I'm good. I've been seeing there's been like worms into the pork, or like pus or little veins here and there. But it all comes down to when you buy your meats, are you cleaning your meat before you eat it?
Yeah, I saw
A lot
this
of
thing-
people ain't cleaning their meat before they cook it.
Yeah, I saw this thing on what's it called? They were I think it was the Talk on in Canada. I think it's
Okay.
called the Talk, and they were saying about how this one woman on there is saying that how she just takes her ground beef
Okay.
and she just take it and just throw it in the pan, and like it has the little she called it like the maxi pad and whatever.
Okay.
And she just throw it in the pan and cook up her stuff.
Yeah.
And the black girl on there, the black girl on there was like, so hold on, when do you guys wash your meats? Like,
I can't lie, like you can't wash ground beef. Like,
my mom does the whole thing about you gotta
you can't
gotta
wash ground beef. If it's chicken,
Yeah, you gotta wash that.
you gotta wash that shit.
If it's beef, you gotta wash that.
Ground beef, nah, I just straight to the fire, man.
No,
Season, straight to the fire.
Yeah, but it's like chicken and like actual like say steak
Yeah.
or something. It's like you wash it, and the process for the washing is either like lime juice,
Yeah, lime juice,
or
vinegar,
and you wash the meat, and then you cook your meat. But it's like no people just like straight to the fire.
But there's some people that take the cleaning of their meat to the next level.
Mhm.
Like they use Dawn soap
Yo, what do you?
and all that stuff to clean their meat. Like all you need is lime juice, vinegar, a little bit of lukewarm water. Because if it's
Dawn.
too hot, you're gonna cook your meat.
Dawn? You're trying to kill people? People trying to kill themselves
Yeah, man. Like
using Dawn? Jeez.
they want that stuff wholly cleaned.
Oh my god. Yes.
But yeah, when it comes to your food, the best way to go about it is produce it yourself.
Mm.
If you have the time, the money, and the resource, produce it yourself. Make your own farm in your backyard. Grow your little livestock, little chickens here and there, little goats. So you know what's going on. You're the one that's feeding your livestock. You're the one that's going to the garden every other day and making sure it's nice up to par with no pesticides and no nothing. You know what you're putting into your body. Grocery stores, even if you want to go to what's it called again, Whole Foods or the organic place, they're much better, but the prices is kind of outrageous. It is what it is. You're paying for what they want to call free range and no chemicals, no nothing. That's fine if you want to believe that. But me personally, I rather farm my own stuff.
Yeah. And they also have the thing where, do you believe that whole, like, I have a theory, but I was just wondering, like, I think it's out there, that a lot of the girls, like, especially the young girls now, getting fuller breasts
Because of the food. Yeah.
because of the chicken, like they're injecting the chicken with growth hormones and stuff.
It's because of the food, yeah. There's somebody I know, like he has an infant boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that kid's a damn tank for his age. Like, I thought this kid was 4 or 5 years old,
Mm-hmm.
but he's 2. Yeah, he is 2. And the father's telling me he has to make a meal plan for his 2-year-old son. The kid eats rice, he eats chicken breast, he eats grilled cheese sandwiches, But he's not like, don't get twisted. He's not fat. Like, he's a stocky little boy. So if now at his age of 2 has a meal plan, imagine him at elementary school, high school, college. Imagine his wife has to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's literally eating 4 meals a day, and he's a 2-year-old. And like, once again, this kid is not fat. He is stocky. I don't know. Even for my son, like my son, he's about 5. I want to say he's 4'8", probably 5 foot.
Yeah.
And he's young. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a grown ass man. He's not a grown ass man. And he's doing amazing for his age. To the point teachers think that he should be in grade 4, grade 5 because how tall he is. Which is crazy. So, you know, I think it really is what the food that kids are digesting nowadays. But they're not going to believe me. I'm just a nobody. I'm a conspiracy theory person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's going on in my food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't consider you a conspiracy theorist. No, because, like, look, from when I was younger to where I am now, like, our food has changed. Our food has
100%.
changed completely. Like, the fact of, like, I just recently had, I think it was, like, a week ago or whatever, I had Dunkaroos. Yo, Dunkaroos do not taste the same from when I was younger because everything changes.
Yeah.
You know, chemical balance of everything changes. Because, like, in Canada, they've made, like, new standards of how our food consumption is, and that's why a lot of stuff that are coming from the States don't get in because
100%.
it doesn't fit our standards. And now, like, even with the fact of milk, like, it was just Canadian milk. We're just producing our own milk. And now they've made the whole thing with Trump where he's like, Canada has to accept our milk.
But now milk is not in the periodic table anymore. They're saying it's bad for humans.
Really?
All dairy is bad for humans. We don't really need it. And to be honest with you, we don't. Because it's come from cows. We're not born out of cows.
Yeah.
It's to nourish cows.
Yeah.
So they're not really nourishing humans. So now we're at a point where it's just like, damn, we've been drinking milk all this time, and now they're telling us that it's bad for us. That's why people have, what's it called again, bad stomach linings because of the acids from the milk.
Yeah.
That's why people throw up or can't digest food properly. Cancer of the stomach and the intestines leads from milk.
Yeah.
But now they're starting doing studies and saying, yeah, milk is not really good for us. Dairy in general is not really good for us. It's hard because majority of our desserts, our whole grains is incorporated with milk.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people connect milk allergies or milk diseases and sicknesses to gluten stuff.
Yeah.
Which is not really the case. Gluten is gluten by itself.
Yeah.
It's once you add the milk element or component to it, that's what people get the allergies and stuff. But a lot of people are not really doing that research into that. But milk is the catalyst of everything bad in the human body. Now we're starting to see it. I think it's a little bit too late because
it's already a part of our lives. It's already like completely incorporated in everything that we do.
So I think the generations to come, they'll be more immune to it. But from here to back in World War II days, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, that's already into our bodies from generations to generations. Now we had to find a time to cut it out our system. That's why you see a lot of people cutting dairy out of their diets, and they look super healthy. They're more lean. They have more energy. They're ready to do work.
Yeah, but then you'll have two parts that'll be coming after that because, like, especially in the States with the whole lobbying stuff, you're gonna have two sides coming together to try and, like, stop any type of study or any type of, information in regards to that.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have the dairy farmers and, and the dairy organization saying that no, you can't do this, you can't stop this, and then you have, like General Mills and all the cereal guys saying that, hey, like if you ban milk and get rid of milk, like what are we gonna do?
It's a domino effect.
Yeah,
I totally agree. If no milk, there's no cereal. Without the milk, there's no oats. Without the milk, there's no yogurt. There's no ice cream. There's no smoothies. It's a whole domino effect.
Yeah.
There is substitutes.
Yeah.
Almond milk, cashew milk, goat milk. Yes, but at the same time too, goat milk is kind of the same bracket as cow milk, but it's not as bad because these cows are getting overworked.
It's the lactose.
Yes,
Yeah.
the cows are getting overworked. They get birth, feed, to the point like pus is coming out, which is pretty bad. And now you're getting pus in your milk.
Yeah.
And they gotta process it to the point it's like, what am I getting now? I'm not getting the nourish from the cow. I'm just getting all this additives into it.
Just so everyone knows, we just had a special walk-in. Supposed to be on the show a little bit earlier on, but finally made it in at a great point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody.
Good evening. On milk. Little tidbit. You ever drink chocolate milk out of carton?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever drink chocolate milk out of carton? One more.
Yeah.
So, fun fact about chocolate milk out of carton. The reason as to why it comes from a factory already produced chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we talked about pus in milk. We talked about pumping of cows for extra production.
Mm-hmm.
Blood, number one reason. So you get a cow, you're pumping, you're milking that cow. All of a sudden, the cow starts to bleed.
Yeah.
Ruins the whole batch. What are you gonna do? You gonna dump it? No. Add a little bit of chocolate. Cover up. You talk about lobbying.
Yeah.
Cover up. Big pharma, big corporation, you name it. If there's $1 to be made, somebody's gonna scratch an itch.
100%.
And that's the issue, right? Spanning back to the alternatives, 100% I agree. Look into that goat milk, look into that sheep milk, look into that almond, that cashew, but be smart about it. Don't just support a cause because it's a trend or a fad or because you think it's a health aspect. There's a big thing right now. This massive producer, almond milk, California. I don't like supporting anything that comes out of California unless it's some sort of celebrity. But at the end of the day, it's a desert, and without the Hoover Dam, it'd still be a desert. And let's just say, at the end of the day, there's almond farms growing almonds, producing this milk, getting people jobs. It's great. Is it still bad for the environment? Yes, it is.
100%.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. There's nobody's gonna win.
No, and that's the hard part, right? Like, to fix everything that we've done in the last 100 years, you gotta start from the ground back up.
Yeah.
You gotta get back to hunting and gathering. Go out and forage those berries. Go out and hunt your own meat. Stop supporting that mass produced. Support local. Buy local. Buy that farmer's tomatoes. Buy that farmer's cucumbers. Hit those local spots. Buy that small farm cattle. And I don't support the condone eating of beef in general. I mean, we all do it. But if we all stop tomorrow, methane would go down.
Yeah.
The ozone layer would take 50, 80 years to repair. There are studies, right? Conspiracy theorist A, me conspiracy theorist B.
Okay, I like that.
And that's what it boils down to, This damage that we've done, it is repairable. It's not like we're not gonna fucking implode in 100 years. You know, as scary as it sounds, these things can be repaired. It just takes a lot of time, and you gotta be smart about it. That's what it boils down to is if you're not active, if you're not involved,
Mm-hmm.
you might as well just line up.
Call it a day.
That's it.
But also the main issue is that a lot of people, especially like what you're saying about the lobbyists, they don't want to change things.
No.
They want the status quo to keep going because there are so many different ways of like, especially with renewable energy and knowing that, you know, there are like our environment is like falling to shit.
Yeah.
Our environment is completely falling to shit. But just because it's like, oh, it's not happening right now. So what's the big deal? Like, why should we make any steps? It's if you know something bad is gonna happen. Like for instance, if you know a tsunami is about to happen, are you gonna just stand there and be like,
Now you about to run.
well, it's happening, but it's not happening to me right now, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
When the water starts to come back in and it's not stopping, oh, now we should do something. We need to do something now. Like, come on. And that's the problem. And that's the problem that's going on with, especially with major lobbying and like we don't see it in Canada, but there is lobbying in Canada.
Yeah,
it's just
100%.
very underground. But because it's not as out there presented as it was before. But all our politicians are like run by all these different corporations and all these
100%.
companies. They want to sell out money to all these companies and whatnot and give over all of our power to these companies.
The true
And
gangsters.
they're killing. And they're basically they don't care that they're killing us
No.
because hey, you people are dying.
We
That
good.
has nothing to do.
They're turning a buck on us.
Yeah, because like for instance, when you're talking about like with food,
Yeah.
if you notice that there's a total difference when it comes to food, depending on your area. The
Yeah.
food is completely different depending on where you live.
Yeah.
If you live in an area like Jane and Finch,
Yeah.
do you think you're gonna find kale there?
No.
You think you're gonna find anything healthy?
Asparagus.
Asparagus? At Jane and Finch?
No.
No, but if you're downtown,
Yeah.
you'll find kale, you'll find asparagus, you'll find spinach, and not just the regular bag stuff.
No,
the
the fresh.
actual fresh spinach. You'll find good stuff.
With the dirt still on it.
Yeah, so they know what they're doing. Like all the different, and I believe that I totally wholeheartedly believe that every one of those grocery stores are all connected.
Oh,
They're all completely connected. When it's like, oh, like all of a sudden you have a sale that's going on at Dominion or Metro. Sorry, I'm old, so I remember when it was Dominion. But you have a sale that's going on at Metro, and they're giving you like Kellogg's cornflakes,
Yeah.
like the jumbo box, for
Family
$4.99.
Yep.
But then No Frills doesn't have it. But then the following week or 2 weeks later, all of a sudden No Frills is selling it for $4.99, and this place is selling it for next week.
It's the excess.
Yeah, it's because they want to make sure that the money's going around everywhere.
Yeah.
That every store is making a profit somewhere.
Big-
So they hike up something one place, then bring it down somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they just play a shell game.
Yeah.
So to make sure that you're going to every single store in the area.
100%.
It's the umbrella corporation effect, you know? Somebody at one point in time bought in and started that small chain, that small company.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else looked at them and had a similar idea. They were doing something else somewhere and said, okay, you're working hard. I can see that. What's it going to take for us to own you? You can keep the name. You can keep everything about it. The branding, the logo. All we want to do is we have a house brand ourselves.
Yeah.
And we just want to implement that into your store. You know, you can go to a No Frills, right? And then you go to a Loblaws, right, which is a premium grocer. The No Frills and the Loblaws are the same brand. That's all it is. And exactly like my friend to the left of me just said, week A, it's one. Week B, it's the other. And it's just it's a handoff, a corporate handoff from one to the next. But at the end of the day, the man at the top, man in charge, always collects.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, right? When you support that little farmer, that local body, you know, they're bringing in work from out of province, out of country. They're bringing in I don't want to use this term, but I'm going to use this term, but migrant workers. You know, my parents just moved from the burbs down to a small town 30 minutes due east of Windsor, Ontario. Okay, and I was fortunate enough to finally go out and check it out. I've been to the neighboring town. I got a good friend of mine that lives in the neighboring town. I don't know if I even should bring the town up. But there are two major LP licensed producers for cannabis. I don't want to call it cannabis. I'm going to call it marijuana.
Yeah.
Weed. That are producing this plant under federal sanction in this town. Now, the rest of the town and what the town's known for are tomatoes. But America, Trump, closed down this ketchup factory, God bless Heinz, 3 years ago, and that put hundreds of people out of work, and farmers were losing their shit, not knowing what the fuck they were gonna do. Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Thank God. Not knowing what the fuck they were gonna do for the next season, for the whatever. You know, they were contracted in. Contracts were lost. Money was lost.
100% money was lost.
People lost houses. There were farms, factories. They shut down. Thank God for French's. What up, Canada?
Mm-hmm.
They opened up. They took over and they reopened up what is the Heinz ketchup factory plant in tomato capital of all of Canada. These LP licensed producer weed. They're moving in. They're going side by each. They're opening up greenhouse for weed right next to a greenhouse for tomatoes. That also now, instead of just doing 10 by 10 greenhouses of straight tomatoes, they're doing eggplants, they're doing peppers, they're doing hot peppers, they're branching out, cucumbers, you name it. They're hitting up farmers markets. I see them more in the St. Lawrence. I see them. I'm seeing them even in my big box brand.
Yeah.
No Frills, right? Mm-hmm. And God bless No Frills, because that's one of those ones that you can franchise out, right? Like you can franchise out any of these, and that's why they have that name in front of them, Bob's No Frills. You know,
Yeah.
Kevin's No Frills, the Independent City Mart. That's just that's a grab at Loblaws, but that's a franchisee who's bought into the company that now has, you know, they've got to stock their shelves with the brand name good. But at the end of the day, they also have a little bit of say, and they're caring.
There's
They
that buying power.
they want they got that buying power, that big box, but at the same time, they're still caring about that community. I live north side of Kensington Market. I love that place. Kensington Market just gets from the Ontario Food Terminal.
Yeah.
All these big boxes just get from the Ontario Food Terminal. These greenhouses, these small farms, they're still rolling the Ontario Food Terminal.
Yeah.
But then they hit up these summer markets, these spring markets. You meet these foragers, these little charcuterie makers, these cheese makers. I've connected with countless new vineyards. The wine's not that good, but the fact of the matter is that they're trying to get the word out. They're getting the message out, saying you don't have to buy carnivore red wine blend. We've got something similar, full-bodied, blah 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 blah, and it's coming from this home province, and that's what you got to look at, right? If you stop supporting that big umbrella corp, and you start supporting that small person, the tide changes.
Yeah.
100%.
The only problem is the big corporations still have that buying power.
Yeah.
And how long does that tide change before that tsunami wave starts to come back in?
Yeah. And
Big point. Big point.
big points.
Big point.
I really I'm really hoping that, you know, things will change up, because like how you were saying, one of the best things to do is like go out there and support your local farmers. If you can't go out to the farms themselves, go out to the farmers markets.
100%.
You know, like a lot of people, like stupid thing is, people are so busy looking at the look of their food. I was saying if it's not spoiled, it's perfectly fine. They're too busy looking at the look of their food because they were saying that there's this one thing about a grade A pear to a grade B pear, and I'm like, the slight variation between an A pear that goes into a grocery store
Stupid.
to a B pear that gets just left on the ground is like a slight extra bump to the pear, or a slight deviation to the way the pear is supposed to look. I'm like, it still tastes good.
It's a pear.
It's still a pear. So what they do is they give their grade A pears to the farmers, to the farmers, so they can sell it into the stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go to your farmer's market, you'll get the grade B pear, which is the same exact pear,
Exact pear.
but now you'll get it at a better price,
100%.
and not all the extra pesticides that are
yeah.
put on it, or even an apple with the extra wax to make it shine. You'll get a natural apple that you can actually pick up right off the cart and eat it right there.
Yeah.
That wax is, I call it cancer wax, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Uh,
100%. You can't lie to me anymore. You can't lie to me anymore and tell me that it's paraffin wax, that they're putting on some natural wax anymore. No, they're just spraying that shit down with whatever they got in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
The hard part is, okay, so growing up, I became a young cook early in life, and I was fascinated by food. I've always been fascinated by food. Years ago, I ran a spot in Toronto, and we were dedicated to a cause, to a movement of healthier, conscious eating. You know, you weren't going to roll into this spot and sit down and have a 12-ounce steak, potatoes, salad. It wasn't the deal. The deal was you were going to get a balanced diet. It was basically like Canada's food guide now, 5 years ago. It was alternative. It was different protein. It was one of the first restaurants in the city to serve insects as an alternative protein.
Oh, wow.
Right? Something that North Americans were not accustomed to.
like cricket and stuff. Right?
Cricket, cockroach, mealworm, super larva, you name it.
It's high in protein, though.
It's high in protein. For I mean, I wouldn't serve you a cockroach. Did I eat it? Did I eat it on my own to know for what was the facts? Absolutely. I sat down, and you can eat 100 grams of beef and walk away with something like 8 grams of protein, something like that. You eat 100 grams of cricket, you walk away with something like 80% pure protein. And then you feel fuller.
Yeah.
Right? This goes back to what I walked into when I first got into this conversation, right? You want to talk lean, you want to talk mean, you want to talk fighting machine. Take a trip to Asia. You don't see overweight. You don't see these people are living to 105, 110. You know, you don't see obesity.
No.
But on the food carts on the side of the road, they'll sell you a roasted scorpion. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You know, so there we had a strong connection with food. I had a green roof. We did all of our own edible flowers. We did all of our own edible garnishes. I had a sprout room, slaughtering our own animals, catching our own fish. The list goes on. But the big one to me was we work with one of Canada's, probably Ontario's largest organic farm, and there the deal was that if we planted the seed, if we started that crop, we would buy back from them, because I couldn't run a restaurant, cook, service, run a farm, pull plants all at the
100%.
same time. But we took the group up, we dropped in the seed, we sowed the oats, and then we bought back from the farmer, cheapest Cheerios, what would be quote unquote imperfect product, the B grade product. Did it taste as good as the A? Hell, it tasted better, and that was the best part. It didn't look like an A grade. You know, I had apples that were round on one side and a little bit more flat on the other. I had carrots that crooked off to one way, bent. You know, I had cucumbers that didn't grow in a perfect line. They might have zigzagged a little bit, been fat at the top and skinny at the bottom. It didn't matter. Were they delicious? That was the point.
Yeah.
It was the small mimic to the food that we did. You know, we preserved a lot. We pickled. We fermented. We didn't waste anything. I would make a consomme of cucumber, right, and cold press juice it, turn it into a gazpacho, quote unquote, and then with the pulp, I would hit it with flaxseed and almond flour, a little bit of like, let's say like oat groats, hand blended in house, spread it out, and then make a dehydrated version of a cracker. We call it raw bread. Serve it with a house-made cultured cream butter and a house-made cultured, you know, alternative butter, nut butter. And that was, we were just buying cultures, keeping them in the freezer, and then as we needed, you just kind of inoculate this batch. Long story short is that there was no waste. The point is that you tried to use every little bit. It got to the point where my sprout room got so out of hand. I had a red worm farm that vegetable scraps we were feeding to. They were making liquid fertilizer. I wasn't using store-bought fertilizer. I had no need to. I go out and buy like topsoil, right? Fold it in, and then all of a sudden, what took me a week to do was I was doing 9 days, and it was amazing. Mother Nature's this beautiful thing, and when you respect it, the bounty that you reap from it is
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous at the end of the day. And I'm talking like the most delicious carrots, right? And like heirloom breeds, the most delicious tomatoes, heirloom breeds, and for like pennies on the dollar. When you go to a store, you get it from your wholesaler, it's gonna cost you $1.50, $2.99, 85 cents. 55 cents. I bought potatoes. I'm like the king of potatoes. But I bought potatoes, okay? We brought in a metric ton, okay, of banana fingerling potatoes for 28 cents a pound. 28 cents. Okay? That's like big box wholesale prices.
Feeding a little small army, man.
I was literally, and all I did was age them. I put them in a cooler, a deozonated cooler, and I bought them in April. I didn't use them until January. And if you know anything about aging food, aging starch, is that the longer you hold on to starch, the sweeter that thing gets. Starch turns to sugar, and all of a sudden these like delicious potatoes were like, holy shit. This is we made this. Yeah. We literally made this in the soil with time, and the only issue is that they just weren't pretty enough.
Yeah.
But I'd take it. I'd serve it. Yeah. You trim it down. You cut it. You can take something that's imperfect.
Yeah.
And use a little bit of studio magic, and make it a little bit perfect.
100%. 100%. As people nowadays, they don't want to put the hard work in. It's just gimme, or it's not up to my standards. Off you go.
Pass.
Send me an IG model that has 100 and it has 100 pictures and 1.5 million followers.
That's it.
And doesn't follow nobody.
No.
I want that.
Yeah. Where's the work in that?
It's none.
There's no reward.
It's no reward.
It's empty.
Yeah.
And that's the issue is that if you don't seek the fulfillment in things, what's the point?
And that goes with everything in life.
Absolutely. I mean, if you don't enjoy your job currently, find one that you do.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Explore. You shouldn't be afraid of change. You should be able to embrace it. You should be allowed to try new things. You should be allowed to keep a pinky toe in the pool. But be allowed to look over on the greener grass on the other side. Taste it.
Yeah.
Try it. Touch it. But then if you realize, shit, I made a mistake, there's no harm, no foul coming back.
I feel you on that.
Do you 100%
I feel you on that.
Our last topic is: should you allow somebody back in your life if they leave you? How do you guys feel about that? Because I feel that if somebody walks out of your life, like if somebody decides like completely like I'm done with you, I'm out, like I'm over this. If you're big enough to say like, all right, cool, you want to be gone,
Yeah.
be gone. Just don't think that you're walking out like that and you're saying like I'm done with you. That you could just come back and be like, hey, what's up? How you been? Haven't spoke to you so long. It's like, hold on, you walked out like being like you're top of top, like you're big and bad.
Yeah.
And now you want to walk back in like we're like nothing happened, like we're friends,
again? Yeah.
like we're friends. Like how does that work? Like how do you guys feel
friend.
about that?
That's my best friend.
Yeah, my best friend. You're my buddy. Yo, don't you know the power of friendship? Like, come on. Like, TJ, how do you feel on that?
Oh man, I think it depends on how they leave. If they leave on bad tensions, like cussing you out and stuff, then yeah, you don't deserve that behavior. Because if you allow that person that did you wrong that way back in your life, that's a reflection on you.
Mm-hmm.
That you're just saying that you will take this crap and this shit with no repercussions. There has to be repercussions for your actions. If someone can literally spit in your face and say, F off, I don't want to mess with you anymore, you're wasting my time, you're a loser, you're a fuck boy, and all that stuff, and you say, okay, cool, you keep it moving, and then 2-3 months down the line, hey, I miss you, you want to catch up for a drink, it's a no.
Yeah.
If the falling out was kind of semi-neutral, like, or semi-mutual, like, that we could be friends or whatever, you still don't want to bring that lifestyle back in your life because you're still bringing in that treatment into your life, which you don't want. You should have more respect of yourself.
Absolutely.
If you don't respect yourself in that way, or any way that somebody that's leave make you feel bad about yourself or belittle you back in your life with no repercussions, then you need to work on yourself more. Like you said earlier, you need space. You need a full break.
Yes.
To come back, whatever. If you do your full break, let's say a year, probably even less than a year, let's say 4 months to a year, and you're back to a level mind, like, yeah, whatever, we could go chill, it's whatever, then cool. If you're still harping over the way that they left you, no. Because you still have to work on yourself and work on how people respect you. Mm-hmm. If someone could literally, like I said earlier, like I just said, call you all these names and talk shit about you, even your family or whatever, and they come back with you, I miss you, or let's work things out, and you say, okay, cool, let's do it. No. Yeah. There has to be repercussions for the actions. Somebody can just enter your life and then tiptoe out when they feel like to. Especially in that manner. It's disrespectful and it's not mature enough. If you want to have a falling out, make sure it's a mutual falling out. Like, hey, look, let's work things out. If we can't work things out, then let's call it quits, or let's go down a level. Instead of being fully committed, let's go be friends, or let's be mutual. When we see each other as hi, bye, and how are you doing, and call it a day. Don't be try to come back full force relationship, because that same attitude and behavior is going to come back. And on top of that, the person that just disrespects you, low key, they're not going to respect you they're not going to respect you anymore because the way that you took them back. You took them back open arms with no repercussions, no nothing. So in their mind, they're like, oh, he really cares about me. Like, he didn't stop loving me, or he didn't stop loving me. But then it's going to hit them like later on, like, wait, he literally took me back after all the things I said to him or her. I can't respect this person. I can't have this person as a partner. Like, where's the backbone? Where's the fighting back? Like, you need to express yourself. If he's gonna take me back like that, I'll probably do this every time we have a fight or I feel bored of you. Or if the grass isn't greener on the other side, I'm gonna keep on doing this to you until I find something better. You shouldn't allow that behavior in your life.
No, absolutely.
So, for me, it's a no with a slight but, depending on how the split happened.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think that every situation, entails or dictates a different solution.
Yeah.
I think that, like, depending on the split, depending on the level, depending on what that relationship was. Are we talking something sexual? Are we talking just something like a straight up friendship? You split ways. There was a argument, a beef, a squabble between you and your best bro, you and a man that you work together, you party together, and all of a sudden he starts to fucking run his mouth, or she starts to run her mouth, and then 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year later down the line, tries to walk back into your life, being like, hey, I apologize. It all depends. I feel like it really all depends on what the overall situation started as. If it's that an intimate relationship with somebody, I think that you gotta weigh those pros and cons. How did you feel when you were down? How did you feel when you were up? If you yourself are not respecting yourself, are you even really ready? I think that it takes a lot. A relationship on any account is work. I think that you gotta give equal, but
100%.
more. You can't give 50% and 50%. That does not equate to 100%. That equates to a 50%.
Yeah.
If you give 100 and the other person gives 100, you might walk away with something that is purely, at the bottom line, 100.
Yeah.
But without that work, without that drive, without that communication, things can easily
Go downhill.
slip, go downhill, right downhill. I think that in order for you to even like conceptualize, to even begin remotely thinking about letting somebody back into your life, that was the question, correct?
Yes.
I think that you really have to consider every little bit. What is the outcome with, let's say, you're with somebody, you're dating 6 months, a year, 5 years, okay?
Yeah.
What happens if that somebody, okay, that leaves on a nasty note, or fuck it, it's completely mutual. One day you just look at each other and say, you know what, I want something else, and they look at you and say, oh my god,
I was feeling the same way.
I was feeling the same way.
Yeah.
And it's 100% a natural split. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
I think that especially more and more in our generation, this is something that my father's generation, that would never happen, but more so in these, I'm 30, speaking for the 30-year-olds that are listening, what up? I think that if there's that common ground, things can be discussed. Myself and my ex, very amicable. I've got a little son with her, and it was a common ground that we were both unhappy, and now we're both living lives in the same city, raising a small human together that's very amicable. But at the beginning, fuck man, like, I didn't want to know shit about me. I didn't want her to know what I was doing, with whom.
Yeah.
As much as she right now is living her best life with, whomever or whatever, But at the same time, there's a common ground. Is she in my life still after letting go? Of course, because there's that small human.
You get a bond together, man.
That the bond, literally a bond for life.
Yeah.
Has it happened with others? No. I think that with some exes, it's just, this is it. That's the fork in the road is there.
Yeah.
I'm deciding I'm the master of my own path on my own journey, and I'm choosing this way, and I'm doing this for me. You can either love me for it, support me for it, or hate me for it at the end of the day. And if you're going to choose to use that negativity against me, then I don't want to be anything apart from it. You know, like I don't want to be there. Can I let somebody into my life after? It's again, I'm gonna have to go with TJ here. I'm gonna have to be like, yo, I have to weigh those pros. I have to weigh those cons. I have to really engage myself on the entirety of a situation. Can it? Is it possible? Absolutely. I don't think
100%.
I don't think anything in life is impossible.
No.
But will it take time?
Time is a factor. Man.
Time is the biggest factor of life.
Yeah.
And that's what it rides on, you know? Is how much do I want and how much do they want? You know, I've cut best friends out of my life because of decisions that they've made. You know, these are boys I grew up with. Girls that I've grown up with, and they've decided to speak ill will or bad blood, not even to my face, which is the worst part. When you find something out 3 steps down the line, a friend of a friend said, that's the worst. But when you're finding out those types of situations, and it's like, it's heartbreaking, 100%.
Yeah.
It hurts, but you grow, you get stronger, and you realize, if I actually cut them out of my life completely, like complete cutout, stop running with that crew, stop rolling with those people, you know, change up a hood, an area where you hang. You know, if you're an East Sider and you start rolling with the West Side, it opens up
new
doors, man.
100%. And then what happens when those new doors open?
New opportunities.
Brand new opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, you start seeing things through a different looking glass.
Yeah.
And that in its own entirety is a beautiful thing
About life.
But with that, you know, I'm not saying that things are ever impossible, because I just said that nothing is impossible truly. It takes time, and you know, I shelled out on a friend of mine that said some mean things about me years back. Do I think about him every now and then? Yeah. But am I better off now without them? Yeah, I am. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm a different human than I was, because I've decided that change, it's not that change is inevitable. It's change is good, and you embrace it, transcend it. I think that if you decide to work on it, you know, I hit him up the other day actually, and was like, yo, can we go grab a beer sometime? And you know what, within 10 seconds of sending that message, I got a reply back. It was like, I would really like that. So sometimes if you make that first move, even though you were the one that was hurt, it opens up that door, and then it allows you to see what could potentially be a brand new relationship out of something that was old. The rebirth, the phoenix from the ashes.
I wanted to ask a question. You know, just this will be the last thing that we have for the day. You know, I don't want us to run over time as always. But the last thing I wanted to ask, I just wanted to state and ask, how do you guys feel about this whole situation, like this whole thing where people like to say, you know, I don't want to be with you, but we can still be friends? I think that statement is a bunch of bullshit. I think it's a bunch of bull. And the reason why I say that is that, one, if you already, like how we said before, if you already established a friendship, then it shouldn't be we can be friends. You should already be friends.
You are friends.
You are friends. Yeah. So if you guys break up, you're still friends. And like I said, like you still might need that break.
Yeah.
But you're not walking away hurt by each other because you're still friends. You're just like, okay, you know what? We need to, for our friendship, we need to take a break.
Yep.
We need to separate, and then we can come back and you know, be who we were or be who we are. But I love when and I say this sarcastically, I love when I hear people say, oh, it's just not going to work, but we can be friends. That is a complete and utter piece of bullshit.
And what does that really entail?
Like, the whole friendship thing is an art of a lie.
Okay.
It is the art of a lie.
I'm listening.
It is basically a way of making that person look like a better person, look good. To say like, look, I don't want to be with you, but I still care. I still care about what happens to you. And as your friend, I want to be there for you. To make it seem like they know they're being an asshole, but they don't want you to feel like they're being an asshole.
That's a social media life experience.
It's that way of being to cut you off, but not completely. Just say I'm shutting the door, but I'm going to leave a crack. Just in case. But I'm going to leave that little crack open for you.
God.
And maybe you can work your way to come back in. We've had this talk.
Yeah, we had this talk before.
Right? And that's why, like we said, like in our first podcast, I don't know if you heard, but with the first podcast, the power of friendship.
Yeah.
So what is this, 1.5?
Yeah. This is you know what? I almost on every podcast I have a rant. So I guess this is my rant of the day.
Power of friendship.
Yeah,
1.5?
the power of friendship is bullshit. Like if you're supposed to be friends with somebody, they should actually be your friend.
We just are friends.
Yeah, we are friends. Regardless if it's male or female, female to female, male to male, we are friends. Like every day you have your friendships, and of course, people go their separate ways.
Of course.
We all break up. We all get older. We all learn something, and we all fall into separate circles. Yeah. Like I said before, I have one of my best friends. We don't talk for like a year, 2 years at a time. But then all of a sudden something will happen, and we'll just, hey, what's going on? Yo, you know what? Let's meet up. Let's go play pool. Let's have a couple beers and talk. See what's happened, in our lives in the last 2 years. And then we have our meet up. We drink. We play pool. Then we go our separate ways. Do we try to meet up after that? Yeah, but it never happens. Reason being is because we know we fall into separate circles. We live 2 separate lives. But I show her no disrespect. She shows me no disrespect. We go our separate ways, and it's like clockwork. A year or 2 years later, we meet up again.
You pick up
from where we left off. That is a friend. That is someone who's a natural
That's a friend for life.
friend, right? These people that like to say like, we can still be friends even though we broke up. No. If they're really your friend, they're still gonna be there. They're gonna actively, a person who says that they are gonna be in end a relationship with you and said that they're gonna still be your friend or be your friend is gonna actively be your friend. If somebody is passively being your friend, they ain't your friend.
No, 100%.
They're faking it.
Yeah.
They're using you.
Yeah, they're using you for something.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, if somebody says that they are, oh, you know what, we're ending, but I still want to be your friend, it's because there's something that you've provided or that you provide that they want to keep.
Yep.
They don't want to lose out on. So they have to keep that quote unquote fake friend so they can have that
facade.
Yeah. Or because you have a car and you get them where they need to go. You have money, so you provide what they need at periodic times. I know some people are feeling butthurt about what I'm saying right now. There are a lot of listeners out there that feel that way, but that's just life. You need to evaluate, like, on a regular basis. This is what I decide to do for myself. Every year I have a thing called spring cleaning.
Okay.
And spring cleaning is basically you go through your friends. You go through your friends list that you've had, that you might have made over that year or over the past 5 or 10 years, and you start to really look at those friendships. You start to evaluate each one of those friendships. What does this friend or friendship bring to my life? If it's not bringing anything positive, or it's not something beneficial to you, because and in any situation there should be a benefit, but back and forth.
Yeah.
And if they're not bringing anything to you, it's time to put that in a box and throw it out. Time to get rid of it. And start to reevaluate and realize, you know what? These 10 people that I consider my friends, only 5 of them are actual friends. The other 5 are acquaintances.
Yeah.
They're just there.
And it's okay to have acquaintances.
It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to have acquaintances. So now you know you have your 5 close friends. So now you look at those 5 that you consider acquaintances. Of those acquaintances, who do I still want to keep around? Who's worthwhile having in my life? Who brings benefit to my life? Maybe only 2 of them.
Yeah.
So you keep those 2 acquaintances, and those 3, it's time to let them go. It's time to say goodbye. And that's what I feel that everybody needs to realize, that in your everyday life, you have to reevaluate your friendships over every year or every 6 months. Just really look at what people are bringing beneficial to you, and if it makes sense, keep it. If they're only bringing negative things into your life every single day, every time you talk to them, it ain't worth it.
No, it's not.
Because you want to live your best life. You want to be happy.
Living my best life.
And if all they're doing is bringing negative stuff to your life, just let it go. And unfortunately, that also goes for family too.
No, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That goes for family. If there have family members,
Sorry,
if you have family members in your life that all they're bringing is negative stuff, they have nothing good to offer you. Unfortunately, it's family. You want to say that family, you know what? You love them, but that doesn't mean they always have to be around. You can love some people, but that doesn't mean you got to like them. So you can put them to a side. If they're family, when they come around, you acknowledge them, but that doesn't mean you have to take them fully in. Let them be, let them go. That's all I'm saying for today.
I can't even top that. I'm not gonna lie. But you do have great points.
Yeah.
If an ex guy or girl, because I think people lately been thinking that I hate women, but I don't. If they keep you around or say that line, hey, let's be friends, maybe you do something that other guys cannot do for them. For example, as my boy said, he said drive in a car or whatever, or maybe you have good resources, or maybe you're the adventurous type or spontaneous type, and that person loves that, but doesn't love you, but loves your actions and your traits that you portray towards them. So what they'll do, I call it monkey branching, is go to a next person that they are physically attracted to, but not mentally attracted to, because their mind is still fond of you and attached to you, but their body isn't. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna fake the funk with this new person, but in the back of the mind, they're gonna think about the stuff that you done or still are doing with them.
Yep.
It's like, hey, I can't give up my body to this person or my ex, but damn, I miss the way he used to give me a massage, or the way that he used to cook. This guy, I love having sex with him, but his mind and his mannerisms and what he thinks about he or she is not what I want. God damn, I love the sex though. But let me just call the ex and go on a little date, a picnic date, because I know he or she's fun, and they'll do that, and they'll feel nice about stuff. So thanks for still be friends with me. Like I really miss your company, but at the end of the night, I'm not giving you a hug. I'm not even shaking your hand. I'm not giving you a kiss. You're not getting nothing from me. You're not even getting a nude. So get that out there. Just here for me, just to feel good about myself, because I miss this part about you. The rest of the stuff, my new partner does. So just keep it out there. Thank you, bestie. You're the best. I can't believe we're still friends after we broken up. Am I right or am I wrong?
Doug, you're right, because I have fallen into that category.
Don't kill me.
Way too many fucking times. But the joke is, I fell into that category recently. And I saw it.
Okay.
I actually saw the category come up because the person said or did something that made me go like, oh, really? Okay, so I'm the bestie. I'm the bestie. Okay. I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna take a step back from you, because I realize that you're looking at me as that guy that you can like have around,
Yeah.
whenever, situations come
Shit's the
down or
fan.
whatever, shit hits the fan. But I'm never going to be that guy that you want to come home to.
Bars.
So I'm that guy that you always want around, but you're never going to come home to. So said, you know what? Now that I've realized that, and I see it for myself, because I didn't realize that I realized that I was putting myself off from moving forward because part of my mind, in the back of my mind, was still held back. And once that person put that out there for me, that I could see it, it's like, all right, you know what? I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you think I am, I'm done.
Yeah.
Done with that. And now you're gonna see the new me, the real
The
me.
real me.
And you're not gonna like the real me. Because I don't want to hear about your stories. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear about your butthurtness.
I don't want to hear
I'm
that.
not here for that.
I don't want to hear that Pookie
Yeah.
stole your money or
Yeah.
Pookie been doing you wrong or dirty.
Yeah.
He just hits and runs and doesn't want to talk to me after. I don't want to hear that stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
your emotional bag. Punching me.
Exactly. And then it's like, I'm not your emotional pillow.
Yeah.
I'm not your emotional pillow.
But it's fun. It's fun to hear about it, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's fun to hear about it.
Well,
Because you hear them moaning, complain about somebody else, and it's not you for once. You know what I'm saying?
and you can thank God for that.
Yeah.
Literally.
And you're just like, yo, wow, like you didn't learn your lesson, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you had it blessed on my side,
Yeah.
but you chose to leave the team
Yeah.
and put your talents somewhere else, and that coach isn't that coach is not putting you in the proper position.
Yeah.
To the point that you're frustrated with the teamwork and how the flow goes. You had it blessed here. You had a
good life.
You had a good life. You had salary. You had time off. You had everything. You had massage. You had everything you wanted. Sick days. You had everything here. Everything. But you're like, you know what? This is too good for me.
Yeah.
Or I can't handle all this affection. I gotta go.
Or I think I can do better.
Or I could think, yeah. Or you know what? This is good. This is
A nice starting point.
Yeah. I think I could notch this just a little bit. And that person, like I said, will always put a little front or fraud just to get you where they want you to be. Like, yeah, oh, your ex didn't do this? I do this all the time. Or he hasn't brought you there? I'll bring you there anytime you want. But it's a front. And then when the front fades away, or aka the honeymoon phase
It's gone.
is gone, it's like, oh snap, this guy was really a lie. I had it blessed with my old guy or my old girl. I gotta get that back.
That's
back.
it. And the want, the need, the desire for everything that they kind of passed up on, everything that you just called quits on,
Yeah.
kind of it almost re-sparks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you three quotes before I run into my side of the rant. Okay, I learned this one recently from my younger brother from another mother. Literally, what up, Spence? He calls it, okay. He's a Tinder fiend after his girl just left him 2 days before Christmas last year. Okay, he calls it getting the wazzles and cut. Didn't understand any of that when I first heard it.
The shine.
The shine. That's what's up. Okay, and we're not talking like cut off completely. Okay, you get a fix. You say what up. You say hi. A quick bite. A movie. Or whatever. But there's no direct attachment. You almost replay that friend bit. Okay, that friend zone. You give them a 180. You a taste of their own medicine. Okay. Number 2, I'm gonna give it to my boy, Mr. Armstrong. What up, Green Day? Nice guys finish last. Okay. This isn't the 1950s anymore. This isn't the 1980s anymore. This is, what are we? 2019?
Yeah.
I forget every day. I think that.
Old.
I think that if you put in the work, you are able to reap a little reward. And I'm not talking like spending dollars, blown paychecks on somebody that you don't think is going to go anywhere on. But it's the little things, right? It's those little nuances to keep them second guessing, to let them ponder on the what ifs, the proverbial what ifs. What if I actually, and let them question, but get those wazzles and cut. Number three, okay, is my boy Pharrell, is that I'm a nice dude and I got nice dreams, okay? What I want in life is good for me, right? And that's what it boils down to, is that I'm a nice dude with some nice dreams, see these ice cubes, see these ice creams, and I'm about that 100%, is that I work hard. I work real hard for everything that I have. I will continue to work hard for everything that I will aspire to get. Do I have to waste that on somebody that's just gonna friend zone me, that's just gonna put me in that friendship, that bestie quality? No. But do I still? Perhaps. I think that everybody's got a little bit of a, not like a, I don't want to say a Rolodex, because this is going to show my age, but I think that everybody's got that little bit of, they haven't been hurt, but they've worked on something. They've worked on a relationship with somebody, a human, and unexpectedly it comes at you. Hey, I like you, but I think that we'd be better friends than we are lovers. And it can come and it can hurt, but you grow from that situation. You can hold on to that friendship, but you don't inadvertently have to waste time on it. You don't have to fall into a pit of despair with it. You can come back and listen. You can be a shoulder to cry on, if you will. You can give those massages. You can cook those dinners. You can be the best you that you continually are. Right? And just continually show them that. Show them, literally, like you said, the real you. Okay? And there's no sugar cooking it. There's no hiding it. It's at the end of the day, this is me. This is what I want, and I've clearly defined that. And if you yourself aren't going to give me that, I can look for something. As just as much as you're boning that human, and I love using the word human, as you're boning that human, because that's what you want. Okay? You're in love with my mind? Cool. I like that. And I got friendships that are exactly like that, and I will, to the day that I die, adore them. Am I physically attracted to those same people? Yes I am. Is it because I'm a guy that wears my heart on my sleeve, that's a hopeless romantic?
Leo gang.
Yes, it is. Leo gang.
Leos.
But at the end of the day, am I smart about it and I think about it through and through? Here and there. I mean, it takes time, it takes effort. There's no trial without error, right? I think that if you're going to put in the work, you get to reap that reward, and sometimes it falls in your favor. Sometimes you get that friend zone, and all of a sudden, you get that phone call, that 1 a.m. that hey, and that's where everything, that's where that fire restarts. So I was thinking, or you know what? I think I made a whatever mistake. I think that we should reconsider whatever it be. Friendships are difficult in their own right, and it's hard to hold on to. I've got one of my best boys. He's all over the States right now. He's an engineer, and fuck, like, when I met this cat, we were both in grade 10, opposite ends of the burbs. He went to a Catholic school, I went to a public school, both in high school. We had common friends, common grounds. He was one of my groomsmen at my wedding. I maybe see this cat once every 2 years. We talk online or on the phone. once every 6 months. Is it like clockwork every single time? You bet. It's never a dull moment. And what we bond over and what we have in common will be stuff till the day that we die. I don't have to go into that for the public knowledge. But that being said, you know, you don't necessarily have to be around somebody 24/7, you know? You don't have to. I think that that's the beauty of life, is that space, like I've heard, and like we heard back in, episode 1? Yeah. I think that space is, it's a natural occurrence in life that everybody needs, you know? If you don't get it, you go nuts. You're not the best you, and that's all you want to be for somebody. Yeah. If you get friend zoned, hey, I think that we should be friends. Don't get butthurt by it. Play it to your advantage. They still want something.
100%.
Right? At the end of the day, that's what happens, is that they still want something. And that's happened to me as of recent, you know?
They want to put you in limbo.
And you can stay in limbo.
Yeah.
Fuck, like, if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. But you teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Or human, sorry. We'll re-edit that to human. But I think that I've been friend zoned recently. That friendship's still a thing. Those little messages back and forth are real. At the end of the day, I'm enjoying that friendship just as much as she is. And we're together, we're just kind of living our best lives separately, but at the end of the day, there's that connection back to it, which is what intrigues me about all of life. I think that you are able to part your ways and pick back up. Maybe that dials back into that last rant that we had like 30 minutes ago. Can you let somebody back into your life? Again, it takes time. Yeah, it takes time.
Well, that was the end of episode 3 of Den of Owls. We'd like to thank our guest of the evening, Cody. Would you like to put out your Instagram or anything so people can know how to find you?
Yeah, you can follow me at Cody Phillip, Cody.Phillip. That's 1 L in Phillip, CODY. Phillip, PHILIP. Chef by trade, pirate by nature. You can find me on a beach drinking rum in the sun and the sand, because that's the life for me. I want to give a big shout out to both these boys. Everything that they do, the inspiration that they lead day in and day out, the hard work that they bring. You know, I'm gonna be back on this properly, not after a shite day, but you know, I'm gonna do this for real, and we're gonna hit some highs, and we're gonna have our lows, and we're gonna talk feelings, and we're gonna talk happy things.
Glad to have that.
Always. And of course, my co-host TJ. I know last time you put out all of your the ways that people can find you, but what are the ones that you really want out there so people can follow you?
All right, let me grab the phone real quick. All right, so the main page that people follow me and talk to me is the Looking Glass 1. That one I do mostly blogs and talk about foods and poetry, all that stuff, and some of my hidden talents that I teach other singles and guys in general that want to learn a certain trait.
Yeah, we gonna have a segment with that.
But stay tuned for that one, 'cause I think that one will be recorded.
Oh, and I'll definitely be here for that one.
Because as you can tell with this episode, the audio is much better. We got our equipment in finally. Now it's just about to put the video together, but audio is good. Yeah. So be lookout for that episode, because I know you ladies will love it the most. That's all I gotta say.
And of course, as always, it's your other host, Ian Letta. You can follow me at Ian Letta on Instagram. And please also like, share, and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube. And we should be having it up soon on Spotify and maybe also on iTunes if things work out for us.
Yeah.
But as always, please follow us on Den of Vowels on Instagram. And that will be the end of episode 3. Stay tuned for episode 4. Peace, y'all.
Good time, man.